Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to my unprocessed life. It's Tuesday. I'm headed back to work. My travel partner needed to drive today, so I've got a little bit more time this morning than normal, and of course I'm running a little bit later than normal because I don't have anybody I have to meet, and so I'm just going to be at work somewhere around on time-ish, give or take. Anyway, let's see. So it was a pretty good weekend. Everything went pretty well. We stayed on our unprocessed track. Ate mostly raw. Last night I had some avocado and tomato and lemon juice. Oh yeah, I guess we'll call it guacamole. I had some guacamole for dinner with 2 baked potatoes. Actually, they weren't baked potatoes. I took three organic potatoes, and I sliced them up into little wedges, more like fries really, and put them on a baking pan, and I cooked them at 400 degrees for like 25 minutes, and I had those with guacamole. And so that was the first cooked food I'd had in a week, and it was very filling, and it was good. It wasn't great. I didn't feel badly afterwards. I did, however, feel really sleepy, and like my body's digestion was having to really kick in to handle that. So that kind of confirms, what I've been saying, what I've heard from other people as well. The cooked food causes. It's not that it's bad for you per se, in that it should be completely avoided. I think there are some decent foods that can be cooked and be good for you. But one thing I can say is that it seems to tax the digestive system more. And if you're in the process of trying to lose weight or heal yourself from any sort of issues, diseases, and so forth, the more energy the body can spend healing itself, the better. So the less digestive work the body has to do for that particular reason, the better. And so just going along that track, I've decided that I'm just going to continue to try to do things unprocessed. I'm not going to worry much about raw versus cooked. I'm going to still, just based on what I want to eat and put in my body, still will end up being mostly raw food. Still going to do the green juices in the mornings because I've started to enjoy them. They make me feel good, and I don't get hungry for a while, so it feels good. It still doesn't taste good, but it feels good to know that I'm eating something healthy, and it's good for my body, and that's got a good psychological effect for me anyway. I feel good about it, and so there's more to it than just hey, it's good for you, drink it. There's starting to be a little bit of a psychological piece to it, where it's like, okay, you're doing something good for yourself, you're doing something good for your body, which in turn is doing something good for your family and something good for your children, and it's not much of a sacrifice, so keep doing it. And it's good to get all of those enzymes in there, proteins in there, to make sure that we have good gut health. And that's going to be another thing that I'm going to focus on, is getting a lot of different fiber, vegetable, fruit fiber into my body, so that my microbiome can function correctly. And I know that's a big challenge that I have, because there's a lot of buildup in my colon and where my body does its digestive processes. For years and years and years of eating very poorly. So those are the things that we're going to keep focusing on in my unprocessed life. And like I said, I'm still posting pictures up at Instagram. So if you want to see what I'm eating, that's where to go. If you're interested in talking about any of the things that I talk about, feel free to leave me a comment down below, or you can email me directly if you like. My unprocessedlife@gmail.com. So there are those things. What else? So today for lunch, I brought a bunch of bananas and just literally one bunch, and 2 oranges. They'll probably end up being mostly snacks because I like to try to get some roughage in for lunch. I'm starting to get to the point I don't like eating the salads per se. They're not salad, but the unprocessed cellulose and fiber from the salads is beneficial to my microbiome. So I'm excited about going ahead and getting that in the body. So that's one of those things that I'm doing kind of for lunch, is I'm trying to get some greens in. If you ask anybody in the health food community, getting greens into your body is paramount, very, very important. So the fruit that I have probably be for snacks and to supplement my caloric intake, to make sure that I've got enough calories going on, and then we'll see what we do for dinner. So green smoothies in the mornings, or green juices in the mornings, continuing on. And I do have a video of us doing a green juice and juicing one, so just so you can see how the process works in the slow juicer that we have. We have a number of different juicers. We have that one, and then we have the Breville one, which is probably one of the more popular ones. It's a lot cheaper than the slow juicers. And then also we have a citrus juicer that's really pretty awesome for making orange juice and stuff like that. But the Huron's really pretty cool because it uses a lot of, it gets as much juice out as you could possibly get, which is pretty awesome because there's very little waste, which is nice because, greens are not cheap these days, and not that really, the only food that is really cheap these days is food that's terrible for you. And even what some people think is good food, which is a topic for another day, probably maybe even another channel. I remember, and it's one of my favorites. I remember when we had started doing raw food and trying to do a healthier diet from where we were, and we had already been vegan for a couple of years. I remember I brought something home to my wife, and the moment I realized that we had delved from trying to be healthy to extremely healthy was when I brought her something, and she said, "Oh, is this raw or just vegan?" Yeah, just vegan, exactly. And a lot of people think that vegan is a radical lifestyle. And it was funny too because last night we watched some YouTube videos, and we watched actually a pretty famous couple, the Shaytards, talk about veganism, and they talked about how challenging it was and so forth, but that they kind of wanted to go that way, and it was kind of funny for me because I understand where they're coming from, but I also am on the other side of it now, and I now understand that eating vegan is not hard at all. It's not even a challenge. You want a challenge? Try eating raw food. Now there's a challenge. Try going raw for a month and tell me, or a week, and tell me that you think vegan's hard. That is hilarious. But that's just because that's where my perspective is now. That's not where it was when I started. When I started this whole journey, I couldn't imagine being vegan. Like, how do you possibly imagine the world without what you've eaten your entire life? You know, how do you imagine, oh, I'm not going to eat steaks anymore, and I'm not going to eat dairy anymore? And it sounds scary, and it sounds crazy in some respects, because you don't understand, like, because you've been eating poorly for your entire life. Most of us were brought up in households that followed the traditional norms, which, you know, we come to find out years later were norms that were more or less instituted based on industry that wanted to promote it. You know, milk, it does a body good. That's completely not true. There's more calcium to be had in kale than there is in milk. Not from a pure how much calcium's here versus how much calcium's here, but from the perspective of what your body can absorb and how readily available it is for your body to use. Same thing with protein. You know, there's more protein in greens than there is in meat, as far as readily available protein. And what that means is that you can eat 100 milligrams or 100 grams of protein, animal protein, and your body may only be able to use 25% of that. Whereas if you do that with the greens, your body can use 90% of it. So if you really are going to be honest about your health and being healthy, then, and you're going to make the argument about what kind of protein or calcium or things that you need, then let's be honest about it and make that argument. And you can make that argument with you know, with greens, but you can't with meat or dairy. So it becomes scary. It does. It becomes scary in regards to, okay, well, you know, I don't, people tell me this all the time. They're always like, okay, well, I mean, I've got to have my meat. Really? That's what I thought too. I thought, man, I've got to have my meat. How do I, you know, how can I how can I exist without meat? Man, I love meat. What else is there to eat? I mean, you know, I eat ribs, I eat steak, I eat pork, I eat, you know, pulled pork. I eat it all. What, you know, what is there to eat without it? There's lots of things, and they're healthier things. And I guess it's interesting to see how far you've come on your on your journey when you hear people talk about how hard it is to be vegan or how hard it is to be vegetarian. In today's world, it's ridiculously easy. But a lot of that's just education. Well, we just don't know that it's available to us. Oh yeah. So anyway, we were listening to the Shaytards talk about their veganism, and or you know, hey, we should be more vegan and so forth, but it's so hard, and you know, and they made a really great point when they said, you know, it's tough with a family, because you know, they said, hey, we fed our kids all this sugary processed crap, and you know, now how hard is it going to be to pull them away from it? And they're absolutely right. And it's a battle that we fight with our son as well. You know, we talk with our son Dylan. You know, when he was growing up, there for a while, man, he ate nothing but fruits and vegetables, and he was having just a time, man, eating bananas, eating grapes, eating, you know, all those things. And then we had a fateful trip to Texas where what happened was Daddy made a mistake. He thought, wow, it'd be fun to let him have some fries just for fun. You know, they're not, they don't have any meat in them. It could be fun. And then we did, and he got a taste for that processed stuff, and now fries are something that he just wants to live on. You know, that same trip, on the way back, there was a car accident. Everybody was safe, but they ended up being, I wasn't there. I was back here working, but my wife and my mother-in-law and Dylan were sidelined in a small, you know, middle of nowhere little town that had really no grocery store, and so they ended up feeding him pizza and chips and French fries and things along those lines. So then he kind of got a taste for that, and ever since then it has been a huge battle to attempt to try to get him to eat healthy. And the reason for that is that his little body has now become addicted to those things. That's, he doesn't want to eat anything else. Things that he used to love because they were healthy and made him feel good, he doesn't anymore. And that was, I thought, a really great point by the Shaytards last night. Was they were saying, hey, listen, it's tough to do with a family because the kids are already addicted to this stuff, and let's be honest, it's tough to do for an adult because we're addicted to it too. And the difference is that we can make the mental decision. Okay, we're going to do what's best for our bodies and for our health, instead of just what we've always done. And so I applaud them for even considering the question, and for being able to think about, hey, this meat, limiting our meat's a good thing, and I think that's a great step, and I think that's a great way to go to begin. Absolutely. And really, for the Shaytards, if you need someone to talk with about being vegan and how easy it really is, feel free to give us a call. You can find us on myunprocessed.life on Instagram, myunprocessedlife@gmail.com. You can find my wife at starkravingraw, that's stark_raving_raw at Instagram. And we'll be more than happy to talk with you about it, because really being vegan is super easy. Even in Idaho, even where it's cold, it's just a matter of planning correctly. And it helps with so many things. You'd be amazed how much happier. Believe it or not, I am a lot happier now, especially after this last week of doing mostly raw food. I've noticed my attitude change, and I've noticed that I have a tendency to be happier, and I have a tendency to want to look at the good things. I'm by nature a very cynical person, but when you start to change the way you think, you start to change your life, and when you start to do those things, it trickles down. So anyway, the offer's out there, Shaytards. If you would like to have a running discussion about veganism and how easy it really is, hey, give me a call. I'm out there. Show up. We'll be happy to talk with you about it, because I know it's what's best for my family, and I know that I want to do what's best for my family. I'm sure you want to do what's best for yours, and all the data's out there, from the China study on down. Forks over knives, cowspiracy, earthlings, all of those things. It's better for the environment, it's better for your health, it's better for your children's health. So if that's a change you want to make, hey, let me know. We'll get together, we'll talk, we'll hang out, we'll figure it out, because it's done wonders in my life, and I would hate for anyone to think it's too hard to be vegan, because it really isn't. That's all a mindset. It's not too hard to be vegan, just like it's not too hard to get up and work out, just like it's not too hard to exercise or eat correctly. It's really not. It's just all in your mind. We limit ourselves by what we think, and I can't. If you think you can't do it, kind of like Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's what it boils down to. So anyway, I would hate for anyone to be in that situation, and that offer stands for anybody, not just the Shaytards. If you are struggling, trying to figure out we'll say you want to make the vegan lifestyle your lifestyle, or an unprocessed lifestyle your lifestyle, or a truly healthy lifestyle your lifestyle, hey, we are here. Reach out. You can reach us via email. Like I said, we're there, and we're going to be there, and we'll talk with you about it. saying, hey, well, you're not prime examples of, in fit 50. No, we're not. We're not fit. We're not Freely the Banana Girl. We're not, folks that are, that have made it, to what we would consider to be the prototypical or ideal weight and body style and so forth. No, we're in the process. It's a journey, and this is our journey, and you're welcome to join us on it, even if it's just to sit and chat for a while. We haven't arrived. We haven't arrived anywhere but on our journey, which for us is the destination. And we invite you to come along and spend some time with us. We're a lot of times